has been doing with the team so far has been remarkable. They're already at 5 wins, which matches their season total of last year in the Big Ten, and I think that they are going to get over that hump this year.
Let's do it from the shot on this Thursday in Columbus. The Badgers really struggled shooting at the barn the other night. Gift to Uchenna. Spins, and good defense there by Elsa Lemila. Cambridge, full head of steam, missed it, and back comes Gift Uchenna for the rebound.
And although Cambridge missed that one, that is what Wisconsin is going to have to stop throughout this game, because Ohio State thrives in the open court.
McCall Murray, Calais Enterline, and Brad Maxey, the officials for this one tonight. Daniels fades and can't bank it in for the Badgers. Slow starts last game and a slow first 55 seconds here tonight.
Let's see if these 55 seconds will be a little sneak peek of what this first quarter will be.
Well, you were a point guard in this league just a year ago. You faced this pressure, whether it's Cambridge and the Buckeyes or other players for Kevin McGuff. What's the key, especially for Ronnie Porter and the Badgers here tonight?
The key is to not over-penetrate. Do not dribble into those traps, pass out of it, and you will have an open player.
And a lot of deflections. It stays for the Badgers with 5 on the 30. What a year for Robin Pingeton, her first year at Wisconsin after 15 at Missouri and 2 ranked wins against Nebraska and Michigan State so far in the ledger. 3 ball for Porter is good, and the Badgers score first.
And that's a good sign for Porter. She's coming off of a career night at 3 from the three-point line. She made 3 last game, and I'd like to continue to see her be more aggressive on the offensive end.
Ronnie Porter normally 32% from three-point range. Lemila for 2 with the position against Uchenna.
Now we see Ohio State setting up in this full court press, so I'm looking to see how Wisconsin counters it.
The Buckeyes so good at forcing turnovers, 14th in the country, 2nd in the conference. They force 23 turnovers a game. Uchenna spins, and the reverse popped out. Second chance, though, denied. Third chance, and that one's good.
And that's what you want to see from your post player. Continue to pick up even her miss, which she could have made, but then to get a better make.
Gift to Uchenna. Makes it 5-2 Wisconsin, and the deflection last for the Badgers. They'll get the ball back, and a good start for Ronnie Porter.
Ronnie Porter makes this team go, not only with her assists, but also with her points. When she's doing both, she could be a hard player to guard.
You're 5'7".
On a good day.
She's 5'2", and is unfazed right on both ends of the floor.
Gotta show love to the little guards.
Jelani Cambridge inside, and Lemila will shoot free throws for the Buckeyes. And there's Kevin McGuff, his 13th year at Columbus. 4 straight years entering this one with at least 25 victories, and they have clearly taken care of business in matchups they've been favored so far this year.
One thing that Coach McGuff talked about is he loved how consistent his team was playing. He did say in the Iowa game that was the first time this year that he felt they were really inconsistent and not executing on both sides. So I would think that would be a point of emphasis tonight.
91-70 loss in Iowa City for the Buckeyes. They were out-rebounded big, scored in the paint 42-14. Their bench was almost non-existent. It just was not their day. But you have to have a short memory. Howell for 3, that's good, and 2 early threes for the Badgers.
And I heard Sydney Parrish in studio talk about she thinks that this Wisconsin team needs to make 12 threes in order to get an upset tonight, and they're already 2 down.
Big number. They average almost 9. That's one of the best marks in the country. Kennedy Cambridge can't answer off the heel of the rim. Jelani the rebound, and the sister act, a miss but a make.
Jelani is only 5'7", but the way that she rebounds at the guard level is very impressive.
8-5 Wisconsin with the early lead. Badgers 3 of 7 with 2 3-pointers. Ronnie Porter, the senior point guard from St. Paul, Minnesota, turns it over, and Lemila will shoot free throws. Gift Uchenna with the personal. And for Uchenna, that's her first.
Yes, Uchenna, that's her first. But if you look at this three, I just love how they were spacing the ball out, used the pick and roll beautifully. Now, we did see Chance Gray fail and made a mistake, and she made her pay.
I mean, the Badgers, what they're doing with some added personnel, notably Howell from Howard, a really good three-point shooter, nearly 9 threes per game. Genesis, that is first in the Big Ten, 23rd in the country. They're shooting 34% overall from three.
Now, I'm not no mathematician, but three is always more than two. So when you can get the ball at the three-point line, you have a good shot of being in games.
Did Shauna Green teach you that?
A little bit.
Okay. Some math classes in Champaign.
Sort of algebra, you know, things of that nature.
Gift denied. Nearly traveled with it. Howell for three. Beats the shot clock with Wisconsin's third three so far.
And that is not something you want to see if you're Ohio State, because Howell can light it up from the three-point line.
Lemila down High Street for two. Daniels, it's been a quick pace. It's another one for the Badgers.
This three-pointer is contagious from the same spot, back-to-back threes. Wisconsin is feeling it tonight.
And Daniels with that three, 1,000 career points for Wisconsin's junior. Began at Missouri State. Congrats on the 4 digits as Cambridge with the answer for Ohio State. But the Badgers, Genesis, 4 of 4 from not just three, but from that left wing spot.
That might be their lucky spot tonight.
Oh, they were looking for Howell, but it was stolen away. Ava Watson slings it, and nobody home. Was it deflected? No, it's going back to the visitors. An early change for Robin Pingeton. In comes Shea Bolin, your former teammate from Illinois. And will place Gift Uchenna.
Yes, me and Shea Bolin had some hugs and shoot around, just saying, joking about some old things in Illinois. So it's great to see your current or your former players still hooping and doing their thing.
I'll be honest, she came over to you and she said, "Why didn't you tell me you were doing the game?"
And I told her I like to make it a surprise sometimes.
You're busy, they're busy. A 14-9 start for Wisconsin with 5 and change expired. Howell and completely missed the cutter and Bolin, and a turnover for Wisconsin, and that's their 4th early on.
If I'm the Wisconsin Badgers, I'll put a little X at that left three-point line.
A 14-9 lead for the visitors. They swarm Daniels. Lily Cron, number 4, in for the Badgers. And Cron, the senior, out for Porter. Gets free off a fake, can't, hits it from 15.
I love how Porter did not settle for that three. Although she was open and she could have made it, she got her defender in the air with a ball fake and hit an easy pull-up jumper.
Wisconsin is 6 of 11 to start. Ohio State 4 of 7. They've only attempted 1 three-pointer.
Wisconsin has played a great defense on Ohio State, making everything hard.
A shot there for Chance Gray, who's been quiet to start for the Buckeyes. Wisconsin 5 for their last 6. And a 7-point lead on the road. Fake the lob inside. Bolin for Porter. Pass deflected. And Bolin there to recover. Ronnie Porter, the senior point guard, a 4-year player in Madison. 3 to shoot. 3 on the way for Daniels, is short. First miss from 3 for the Badgers.
Although that was a miss, that was beautiful ball movement. I mean, Shea Bolin could have shot a 3, but she gave it up for a greater shot, and that was a great look.
Yeah, Porter guarding Jelani Cambridge on the weak side. And doing a nice job denying her the ball. Gray finds Cambridge with the step, with the crossover. Too strong. And the rebound fought for and won by the Badgers.
And if you're Wisconsin, you will settle for that. For Ohio State to make tough twos off the dribble with a hand in their face, that is great defense.
Off the cut, Daniels turns and banks it in.
That was a strong take. And she scored on Kennedy Cambridge, who is known for her defense. She's even up for National Defensive Player of the Year. So that was very aggressive on her end.
A 9-point lead for Wisconsin. What a start. Nice answer, though, by Lemila. You figure with her size would be massive for the Buckeyes tonight.
And Lemila has the size advantage, especially against Shea Bolin, so she can do that on the inside. But if you look here, Daniels had a beautiful cut, and she just went up strong. But then, on the opposite end, Lemila took her time. She knew she had the size advantage, got to her spot, and made the easy bucket.
And Lemila from Finland. She grew up in Ohio, Sweden, Finland, and China. Well-traveled, gets a breather, and in comes Ella Hobbs, the redshirt freshman. Didn't play last year as Cambridge scores on the cut. Nice find by Hobbs.
And one thing that Coach Robin talked about is Cambridge is so good at having back cuts. Because she brings so much attention on the offensive end, teams try to like blow up her on the screens, but she counters that by back cutting and getting easy buckets at the basket.
The referees have let these teams play for over 8 minutes. That was the first foul in the Buckeyes on Cambridge, Jelani. And a turnover on the tough pass. Good defense by Chance Gray. And for Wisconsin, their 6th turnover so far tonight.
Although that is their 6th turnover, another thing Coach Robin talked about was live ball turnovers versus dead ball turnovers. That turnover allows you to set up your defense, and it doesn't give a run out on the opposite end.
And 4 turnovers in their last 7 trips for the Badgers now. A quick 4-0 spurt for the Buckeyes. Kennedy Cambridge inside. Tough shot, missed it. Rebound, Hobbs with one arm, flings it in.
That's something also Coach McGuff talked about, that he needs more production from Hobbs, and that is a great way to start.
And the reset play, shot clock did not start. Let's go back to the rebound for Hobbs.
Great offensive position. She knew she was getting that rebound and go straight up. Sometimes with bigs, they bring the ball down and let little guards like me get it, but she kept it high and finished it high.
A 6-0 spurt for the Buckeyes. And back within 3 now at 18-15. Buckeyes. Jelani Cambridge so far. 3 of 6, fades away and airballs it. Hobbs there though, back down, and the block shot out of bounds by Uchenna with 1 on the timer.
And that was good defense by Uchenna because she already has 1 foul. She doesn't want to get a second one, so she just kept her hands straight up and got that block.
Hobbs needs to shoot it, and a violation on the Buckeyes.
I'm not sure she knew the shot clock was running down.
No. Not her game, I think, to catch and fire with 1 second on the clock.
Exactly.
Final minute, first quarter. A 6-0 Buckeyes run, but there's the 3 again. This time hits Lily Cron. 5 Badger threes the first 9 minutes.
I don't even know if Cron looked at the basket before she got into her shooting motion. She knew she was hitting that 3 from the corner.
A 4-year player in Madison. Sticking around for a senior year under Robin Pingeton. Cambridge fires and hits from long 2-point range.
And that's her game. She's so versatile. She knows how to score at all 3 levels, and that's what makes her a defensive nightmare.
The shot clock turned off. Wisconsin led by 9 early. 13 seconds. Ronnie Porter will reset, 7 seconds. Howell's been quiet. Fires over Cambridge and strokes it.
And 1.
Yes.
This first quarter has been so amazing. Wisconsin Badgers have came in on a mission. And look at this beautiful shot. She's seen Cambridge on her, fired with a mid-range pull-up. She is deadly in that mid-range area.
The Buckeyes have been whistled for 2 fouls, but both Genesis on Jelani Cambridge.
And if you're Wisconsin, that is what you want. Their starting guard who leads in points and assists to already have 2 fouls and in the first quarter.
Howell, and did they get her off in time? They did, but the orange swoosh black, white, the trademark logo on the heel.
Thank you, Ed. They're the shattered backboards, to be exact. But thank you, Ed.
I am not a sneakerhead. I've got these black and white Under Armours that were gifted to me and are kind of like acceptable but not cool.
You know, I like New Balances every now and then as well.
Now you really helped me out. All right, the second quarter's underway. Wisconsin in the first quarter, 5 for 7 from 3. The big story, Daniels for 2 off the dribble and cleaned up by Lemila. Buckeyes in the paint 14-4 in that first quarter. Took just 1 3-pointer. And Jelani Cambridge on the bench with 2 fouls in the first. It's Kennedy Cambridge off the mark and the rebound for Daniels.
With Jelani Cambridge on the bench, I would like to see Chance Gray get more involved and be that offensive force for Ohio State.
Uchenna, no, but a foul, and it's on Lemila. And the native of Finland are first, and the first on the Buckeyes here to start the second.
This is a beautiful move by Uchenna. The jab to the other side, fake it back to her right side, finish strong, and that's how she's at the free throw line.
She plays and exerts great energy. She had a sequence the last game late, or 2 games ago against Nebraska. She forced a traveling violation with a minute to go in a 1-point game. Next inbounds, took a ball out of the corner, drove to the basket, and essentially iced the game. And with her arms and her excitement, just revved up the crowd in Madison.
Her vibes are so good that they said a quote after her, which is called Gifty Vibes. Everyone wants to have gifty vibes, and when you have your own quote for energy, that means you're doing something right.
We said, Gift, it's great to meet you. She said, nope, they all call me Gifty Vibes. Steal for the Buckeyes, another one. Watson with English, missed it in traffic, and it's gone back to Wisconsin. Now will the officials talk it over? It's going to stay Badger ball, but look at the improvement from last year to the first year under Robin Pingeton. 13 wins already, and they've eclipsed last year's win total in the league.
And one of the most impressive things is they're playing so confident right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you already see from the three-point line, it's so contagious. They're doing it on the defensive end. This is a new Wisconsin Badgers team.
9 to shoot for the visitors, and 5 seconds against Daniels. Great defense by an elite defender in Kennedy Cambridge.
So when Ohio State isn't pressing, they are still applying pressure, even in the half court. That was great defense, just hounding her and swarming her, and no one else was open to be able to get a good pass.
Watson in place of Kylie Kitts. If you're just joining us, the Ohio State freshman out for a 3rd straight game with the shoulder injury she suffered against TCU. Watson jabs and fires, missed the 3 ball, and Ohio State now 0 of 3 from beyond the arc.
I would like to see Watson take the first shot. She was open off the initial, she hesitated, and I think that's what caused her to miss that 3.
Kira Daniels in the pick and roll, back of the rim, Uchenna no, tip wide, and scrab by Gray. Chance Gray, drive and kick. Martin pulls up and hits it for the Buckeyes.
They've been looking for that. Ohio State has been missing some easy bunnies and mid-range jumpers, and you never know. That could be the one thing that gets them going.
The press deflects, but Steele collects for the Badgers. And on the pass, Lacey Steele is fouled. That's number 2 on Ohio State this quarter.
I just love how poised this is right here. She had the open, wait, she got to the mid-range and pulled up, but then the fast break points of Ohio State, the way they are able to capitalize not only off of defense, but offense in the fast break area has been marvelous.
21% of their total points on the fast break. That's crazy.
It's crazy because it's the first in the Big Ten.
Yep.
They play with such amazing pace. That's why you have to know, when playing Ohio State, get ready for a track meet.
Daniels with her first, and the first on the Badgers here in the second, and Kennedy Cambridge will shoot 2 for the Buckeyes.
2 shots.
They're 1 of 4 at the line collectively. But this is a defender. Her sister, the star scorer, but had 10 steals in a win against Northern Kentucky, 4th in the country with over 4 per game. I mean, she's elite as a junior and already named to the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year watch list. Kennedy Cambridge for Ohio State.
And Ed, I have to mention, she's 5'8", and she is 18th in the Big Ten in blocks.
Wow.
That just shows you how much of a defensive assignment she is.
And a foul on Daniels. That's her second. With Lemila clearly in control of the rebound. And number 2 on the Badgers here in the quarter as well.
So now we see both sides are getting some foul trouble, especially in that guard area. And that's going to hurt both sides. Those are both key players in Daniels, but also in Cambridge.
Ivana Spasovsky standing on the sideline for the Badgers. May come in next for Daniels. Chance Gray off the screen, slips it inside. Lemila for 2, missed the rim. Ronnie Porter brings it up for the Badgers, gets the ball back. This quarter, 4-0 Ohio State to start. Both teams a little quiet to begin the period. Poland for 3, way off the mark.
That shot you could get that shot anytime in the shot clock. I would like to see them moving the ball more and get a better look.
Cambridge was just decked and no whistle. They're really letting them play.
And you like to see the refs be consistent. They are being consistent on both sides, letting the girls play.
Kennedy Cambridge for 2. Lemila cleans it up and scores.
Lemila has such of a height advantage. All she needs to do is continue to be patient once she gets the ball, and she could finish at such a high level.
Here's the vaunted pressure. And Steele spins over the timeline to control it for the Badgers. They made their first 5 threes, but missed their last 4. Daniels playing with 2 fouls. Scoops it in, but wave it off. Offensive, and the 3rd now on Kira Daniels per game.
That is definitely a killer. I mean, you seeing these top players getting hurt with some early foul trouble, but now we see for Ohio State, Cambridge is back out there, so I like to see how she plays the rest of this quarter.
He's got 2. Chance Gray with 8 to shoot against Porter. Drives on her and is fouled. We'll see if they put her at the foul line here with 5 and change to go in the second. And Ronnie Porter with her first for Wisconsin.
And Ronnie Porter, she was good. Right into that last second, she put her hands on her body in, and that's what caused the foul on Chance Gray.
She's a great story. Chance Gray, the senior from Cincinnati, began at Oregon, her 2nd year with the Buckeyes. With that free throw, Ohio State with its first lead tonight at 24-23, and it's safe to say that Gray, the 3-point shooting has escalated quickly.
And Gray has only had 2 attempts so far in this game. I want to see her get more involved, take more attempts, and be more aggressive on the offensive end.
Midway point of the second, 25-23, the number 11 team in the country. Wisconsin led by 9 early on the heels of a 5-for-5 start from 3. Look out, Howell the catch, flips it up and off her back leg, and we're tied up again.
And she got that off by a thread of a needle. That was right over the pass, and she had a perfect play.
10 for Destiny Howell. 3 ball is good. There's Chance Gray.
She must have heard me say she has to get more involved, and she did just that.
The first 3 for the Buckeyes. Entry on the deflection. A triple team and a steal. Shalani Cambridge stops, fires, rims out to Porter.
And that's a break, because they had 4 players on 5 Ohio State players, so they could have got a good shot.
But right now, an 11-2 Buckeyes run. Reset for Porter. Attacks and flips it out. Cron, 3 to shoot. Lost it, lost her footing, and a tie-up. And the arrow says It's
Shoe, so I didn't switch much.
one to shoot for the Wisconsin Badgers, and a block shot and a violation as Watson denied the attempt by Spasovsky. Final 3:33, Genesis Bryant. Ohio State trailed by 9 early. Wisconsin was red hot from 3. They've cooled off. The turnovers, 11 for Wisconsin. That's really hurt against this defense.
A key stat for both teams, if they are both undefeated when leading at halftime. So I think whoever is leading at halftime, that's a telling sign of who could be at the end of the quarter, at the end of the game.
Ronnie Porter at the controls for the Badgers with Howell, Cron, Bolin, and Spasovsky. Bolin swarmed, looking. A reset for Cron with 10 to shoot. Howell, she scored 10 already. Bolin wants it inside, nearly stolen by Cambridge. 3 to shoot, way off the mark, and nearly a violation again on the Badgers. Here comes Ohio State. Watson for 3, way off. It's been one of those quarters, hasn't it?
Ohio State is really struggling from 3. I mean, they haven't taken that many. They just can't seem to find their stroke at the three-point line.
This quarter, the scoring 11-2 for the Buckeyes, and Wisconsin is only down by 3 on the road.
Every punch that Ohio State has given to Wisconsin, they have responded. And that is a great sign of a team that could bounce back and have short-term memory.
Deflection on the press, and they work it over the timeline with a second to spare. Badgers shooting 1 of 9 this quarter. Uchenna faces, jabs, Gift, the step through, and a big step, and she's whistled for the 12th Badger turnover so far.
I would like to see Uchenna do her work early. Get Seals closer to the basket so you do not have to dribble as much and you can have easy layups without having to put the ball on the floor.
Buckeyes, meanwhile, are 3 of 12 from the field this quarter. Jelani Cambridge with 25 points per game in conference play. With 8 points, she's 4 of 10. And on the bench currently, Lemila, no, Lemila again, denied. A third chance to the Buckeyes. Chance Gray missing the 3.
And those are good shots. Ohio State is just missing the open good shots, but you got to continue to take them.
This is like the snowstorm. Scoring's been paralyzed, like the streets of Columbus. Porter the lob, catch inside. Powell for 3. Rainmaker's good, and we're tied up here in Columbus.
Howell is known for lighting it up. And right now she is already 3 from 3 from the three-point line. And let's not forget, in that Oregon game, she made 10 threes, which was a record for the school.
A double overtime win for the Badgers. One of 3 massive home wins in conference play. Nebraska and Michigan State, the other 2. Lemila with 8 to shoot. The step, missed it strong. And Kennedy Cambridge flying in there will shoot free throws in this final minute.
And like I've been saying, Wisconsin has been thriving at the three-point line. And the reason they're doing it is by penetration. They are driving, making the defense collapse, and then they are hitting their teammates at an open 3.
Coming up, stick around for the halftime show with Kylan Mills and Sydney Parrish in our Chicago studio. 18. And Cambridge off the mark in the second. A 1-point Buckeye lead, final 50 seconds of this first half. So Wisconsin, you make your first 5 threes, miss your next 4. And then Howell makes that last one. 6 for 10 so far from deep.
And although Wisconsin have had 12 turnovers, the press really isn't giving them as much of a trouble as I thought it would.
Porter with 3 to shoot. Lane's open. The runner is an air ball. Uchenna could not get there. And the turnovers, 13. You're only down by 1 on the road. Crazy.
But the reason is they haven't been a lot of live ball turnovers.
Correct.
And even when they have got back on defense and have gotten stopped, so it didn't capitalize for Ohio State.
The shot clock turned off. 10 seconds for the Buckeyes. Gray inside for Cambridge. Back for Gray. 5 seconds. Kennedy Cambridge deflected. 1 second, and that's it. The first half of battle back in Ohio State coming off a tough loss. They smell blood. Will it happen now? Will it happen? We'll find out.
And we see Wisconsin has gone into a zone, kind of switching it up, giving Ohio State a different look out of the half.
Chance Gray for Ohio State. For Kennedy Cambridge. And Kira Daniels, number 20 for the Badgers. 3 first half fouls. Is out there to start the third. Watson for 3. Drills it.
And that is how you come out of the half. Watson shot it unconsciously. She did not hesitate like her first one, and she knocked it down.
Second Buckeye 3. Wisconsin made 6 threes in that first half. 3 from their leading scorer, Destiny Howell. Uchenna gives for Daniels. Fires from 20. Missed it twice off the rim, but tipped to Porter. And a reset for Wisconsin.
And one thing that Coach Robin talked about is rebounding, and that's why they're sending 5 to the basket.
Ronnie Porter with the answer for the Badgers.
Like I said, last game, Ronnie Porter hit 3 made threes, and that was her career high. Right now, she is already at 2 going into this third quarter.
Man, those small point guards, right? Give them their due.
It's something about the small point guards.
Amen. She's Genesis Bryant. I'm Ed Cohen. Our great crew back in Chicago, led by Glenn Hallis. Danny Douglas directing, and Jelani Cambridge trying to direct this offense tonight. Some early foul trouble from the Buckeye star, but right now will shoot 2. She has 8 points, and Daniels with that last one. That's her 4th with 8:24 to play here in the third.
And for Daniels, that's tough. But one thing that Cambridge did is she baited her into it. She was patient off of the screen. She seen her on her hip, waited and rose up, and all Daniels could do was foul her at that moment. So that was a great heads-up play by Cambridge.
I liked what you asked Kevin McGuff about Jelani Cambridge earlier today, Genesis, in terms of where she's made the jump from freshman to sophomore year. Obviously a great performance individually in the loss at Iowa with 26. And he said the defense, but really the vocal leadership. And a lot of times coaches will speak to that, but when you're the star, it's extra important.
And also when you're a sophomore, usually the vocal leadership is for the upperclassmen, but she has been improving in that, still being an underclassman.
Off the steal, missed the 3-pointer. You could hear the stampede from our seats when each team goes down the floor. It's that quick a pace.
And Wisconsin is getting braced because they are doing live ball turnovers, but Ohio State is not capitalizing like they usually do.
Here's Howell. Spins baseline. Good defense by Gray with 6 to shoot for Wisconsin. Uchenna. Bobbles. Good defense. The block and the save by Cambridge. Here come the Buckeyes. Kennedy Cambridge inside. The runner missed that time by Lemula. And the rebound for Uchenna.
I know Lemula just missed that bucket, but what she's doing on a defensive end has been impressive. She is forcing Uchenna to have high post-ups, and that is being deadly for her.
Lacey stealing the Badgers to reclaim the lead.
Lacey Steele, another one that can light it up from 3, and she's just finishing off what her team has been doing in the first half.
Look out the tightrope, and it's going to stay with the Buckeyes, but Wisconsin 8 for 12 from 3 tonight, and their first 2 made here in the third.
And one thing I want to highlight is they have made 13 field goals, but they have assisted on 10 of them. They are playing team ball, and that's a testament to this team's chemistry.
So 8 here tonight. The passing and that extra feed, freeing up better looks, has been right on par. Gray turns and hits it. And Ohio State, and what feels like it's going to be a seesaw game down the stretch, retakes the lead.
And with Jelani Cambridge, we know what she's going to do offensively. She's going to continue to give you consistent points. But Chance Gray, I know I keep saying it, but she is one of the X factors. When she has a great game offensively, this Ohio State team is hard to guard.
8 to shoot for the Badgers. Howell fires and strokes it. And how about Destiny Howell with 17 tonight?
And Destiny Howell was listed at 6 foot, and she used her size to her advantage by elevating over smaller guards.
Lemila will shoot free throws. Correction, Howell with 15 and just picked up her second foul.
Look at this beautiful pull-up by Chance Gray. She didn't dribble. She didn't over-penetrate. She took what the defense gave her, and she knocked it down.
The native of Finland will get another. Elsa Lemila, 42 blocks entering game tonight. Third in the Big Ten. I mean, a major jump from her freshman to her sophomore year. And at the foul line, normally 60%. And with those two, right now 3 of 6 on the night. A double-double with 11 points, 10 rebounds. Off the heel from Cron. Fight for the rebound, tipped to Porter by Uchenna. Oh, look at that battle inside between Gray and Uchenna.
And that's what's going to happen when you have a player like Kylie Kitts not being there. You have a guard now on a post player.
5 to shoot, Uchenna. Drives left, stumbles, offensive on Wisconsin.
And that's why your heart is more than your size. Although Cambridge is smaller by a lot, she beat Uchenna to the spot, got her body in position, and took the hard foul. And also on the flip end, that's Uchenna's second foul.
Yep.
So you would see her probably start thinking more about being aggressive on both ends of the court.
She picked up her first, and Robin Pinchton made a very quick move early. Cambridge flips. Lemila swarmed. And double dribble on Jelani Cambridge and Ohio State with their 6th turnover. But conversely, the Badgers with 16.
I want to know something. Wisconsin has 16 turnovers, but Ohio State only has 7 second chance points. Ohio State has 6 turnovers, but Wisconsin has 6 points off turnovers. They are capitalizing more on Ohio State's turnovers than Ohio State is doing with Wisconsin.
Margin Ferrer, when you're trying to pull an upset on the road, slim. Howell hits another 3. Destiny with 18, 4 threes tonight.
And that is not the player that you want to get hot from 3 because she can light the 3 ball up.
A 2-point lead for Wisconsin. And Cambridge fouled after splitting the trap. But Destiny Howell and the Badgers have not cooled off from 3-point range.
She is 4 for 4. She has not missed a 3 yet. She's only missed 1 bucket so far. She's 7 for 8. And I would like to see her continue to get more shots. Shoot it until you miss.
Well, she had 10 against Oregon in 2 overtimes. And Lemila was bridged and fouled underneath. And for the Badgers, that's their 5th. Ohio State in the bonus, hanging in the game with a 2-point lead.
Like you said, since 2000. That was before I was born, and so that is a long time ago. But this Wisconsin team, you can tell that they are ready. They're coming off a tough loss at Minnesota, their 2nd straight road game, and they're coming with a vengeance tonight.
This building opened in 1998. So did the Kohl Center in Madison. And at the Schottenstein Center, it's been all Buckeyes, 17 straight wins against the Wisconsin Badgers in women's hoops. A 1-point game. Lily Cron sets up Shea Bolin with 8 to shoot. Kiss the hot hand. Howell. Porter. Ball fakes. 2 to shoot. Got a launch. Steele does. And misses the rim for a violation.
I don't think Steele knew that the shot clock was going down, because if she did, I'm sure she would have took that first shot that she had. But also Ronnie Porter, she faked the pass, but I think she should have swung it because they had a 2-on-1 on the opposite end.
Jelani Cambridge brings it up with Watson, her sister Kennedy, Bryn Martin in the game, and Chance Gray. Jelani Cambridge cruising for two.
Jelani's not tall, but she is taller than Porter. So I like to continue to see her use her body when she's attacking the goal.
5'7" sophomore Cambridge, a steal for Watson here. Off the turnover. Martin goes baseline, and Porter pokes it out with 18 to shoot. You mentioned this, 18 Wisconsin turnovers, but only 9 points off turnovers so far for the Buckeyes.
And this is a team that is known for capitalizing off of turnovers. They will make you pay every single time. And Wisconsin has been able to survive the punches every time.
Buckeyes with the answer. Watson, her third straight start in place of the injured Kylie Kitts. And more points off turnovers on that trip for the Buckeyes. Howell for three. Into another one. And holding the stroke for good measure. We're tied at 42.
She is halfway to her career high with 10 made threes, 5 for 5. Destiny Howell, keep on shooting.
Nice answer by Jelani Cambridge. And Cambridge now with 13 for Ohio State. I mean, it's so frenetic. The oohs and ahs every time up the floor for Wisconsin. Porter outside. Cron for three. Too much. And Cambridge weak side with the rebound. And off to the races. Beelines, swerves, inside for two.
Cambridge is a one-woman fast break. She doesn't need the four others when she is in transition because of her lightning rebounder. She's so electric also on the offensive end, but she's also she also leads in blocks as well along with Linda Leah. So she does so much on both ends, and they are really missing her tonight.
Redshirt freshman from Oviedo, Florida. Nearly 10 points per game for Kitts. Howell pushed down on a three, missed it, and out of bounds to the Buckeyes. So for Ohio State right now, they've outscored Wisconsin by 3 in the quarter. The points in the paint, we mentioned the Badgers threes, but Ohio State 26-6 with the advantage. Wow.
And that's what you got to do. When your three-point is not following, you should be able to score in a variety of ways. And every good team is not only one-dimensional. And you're seeing that with Ohio State tonight.
Lonnie Porter with her second, and free throws coming for Jelani Cambridge. Uchenna back in for the Badgers. Will take the spot of Shea Bolin. The Buckeyes with no team fouls here in the third. And Wisconsin with 5+. And now the league's top scorer in conference play will shoot a pair.
Jelani's having a great night.
Yeah.
7 for 14, 15 points. Sometimes she's so electric that even a night like that seems an off night, but she's doing what her team needs. I think that the other supporting cast, like Kennedy and Gray, they need to get more involved on the offensive end.
Doesn't force it. You know she's out there, but nothing is beyond the flow of the offense.
And that shows maturity, especially as a sophomore and a leading scorer, to not force buckets, to not get out of rhythm, but to get what the game gives you.
Buckeyes with 15 more free throw attempts this game than the Badgers. Wow. Final 2 minutes of the third. Howell long two, missed it off the heel. Rebound of Cambridge, off to the races. Weaves inside, gets another one to go.
Again, she is a one-woman fast break. She is so hard to stop, especially when she has a head full of speed, and we are seeing that tonight.
8-0 run to break that last tie. And a tie-up, and the arrow says it's going to stay on this end for the Badgers, but it's been the Jelani Cambridge show.
She is a big reason why this Ohio State is #1 in the conference in fast break points. A lot of it is because of buckets like this. She also rebounds at a high level, and that is key because as a guard, you can start the fast break.
Nearly 5 fast break points per game this season. And Cambridge getting it done again with 19 tonight. She's 8 of 15, 0 of 1 from 3, but has not forced it. 5 to shoot for the Badgers. Thumb to Uchenna. Tough shot with the left, and she draws the foul with .8 on the clock. The first foul on Ohio State this quarter on Lemila, and free throws for Gift Uchenna, the senior from Nigeria.
And Uchenna only has 2 points, but she has had so many opportunities at the basket, some easy ones, of course. But I would love to see her do her work early, get lower post-ups so she doesn't have to put the ball on the floor as much, and then Ohio State kind of swarm her with the little guards to get the steals.
First made free throw for the Badgers tonight, and 1 for 2 on this trip. We have Brutus standing behind the stanchion, distracting her. Man, Brutus, come on.
He distracted me a couple times, too.
Been doing it for decades. Catch and shoot 3. Chance Gray nails it for the Buckeyes.
Chance Gray has been shooting the lights out in the past 4 games, so she is going right from where she left off.
Largest lead tonight by 10 for Ohio State. They were down 9 early. Howell right to the rim for 2, and Destiny Howell with 23. But Cambridge wasting no time. A brief window for a 2 for 1. Watson for Gray, drives the closeout. Cambridge hits the 3-pointer.
Cambridge brought the ball up, drived it, moved to the corner. The ball found her again for the open 3. That is how you move without the ball, and the ball will eventually find you.
She was knocked down, got back up, and like a magnet, it was right there for her.
I think that was all a part of the plan to fool the defense.
No doubt. 8 seconds. Cron gets it back. Cambridge down. It's the 3 ball. 1 second to go, and that's going to do it for the third in Columbus.
In that third quarter.
Daniels playing with 4 fouls. 5 to shoot for Wisconsin. Here's Howell. Swarms. Great defense by Kennedy. Cambridge in a violation.
I like that matchup. I like putting Cambridge on Howell because Howell already has 23 points, and now you put one of the best defenders in the league, hence even in the nation, on her, and she would not give her any space. And that is the kind of defense that I'm talking about.
Cambridge inside, a chance at 3 for the Buckeyes.
Now the other Cambridge
Yes.
at 26 points now, 11 for 18, 26 points, but she only has made 1 3. She does it in a variety of ways, and this is a big part of it. She's 5'8", but she finishes like she is 6'8", through the contact, through the bigger defender, and gets the and one.
She's 11 of 18, and she's taken just 2 3-pointers. There's a confidence in her game that you just love. And then, you know, you said this earlier, she's a sophomore. She was a great freshman. She's better as a sophomore, and she's got a ways to go.
She doesn't settle. That is some things that kind of early people do, but she does not do that.
10 seconds on the Badgers, and Robin Pingeton wants to talk it over.
And
20 turnovers.
things the right way. She's so bigger picture focused, and she doesn't get caught up in the everyday things, and that's what's given them success so far this year.
This 3 by Gray. It deflects out to the backcourt, and Cambridge can play it. Now the margin for error for Wisconsin, they need to make 3s. They did make 3s tonight, but when you're facing Ohio State, the length, the experience, the frenetic pace, they're not there yet. But for 3 quarters, maybe 2.5, they were tonight.
And granted, they've made 10 threes, but they've only had 8 points in the paint. They have to get those numbers up if they want to be a complete team.
How about Cambridge? 29 now for the leading scorer for the Buckeyes.
Now, I remember when she scored the 41 versus Illinois with Asia Wilson in attendance. She could be on pace to get in close.
She's 12 for 20 and nearing 30 points for the night. And another turnover by the Badgers. So 21 for Wisconsin. I mean, the pressure from Ohio State for everybody is relentless. They forced 23 turnovers a game. That's among the best in the country. They entered tonight 14th in the nation in that category. And they speed you up, and they score, and they make threes, and they've got Cambridge scoring 41 at Illinois, among many other major performances.
And then Destiny Howell, 39, she has 23 tonight. So both of their leading scorers are doing what they need to do.
Not bad star power tonight, right?
This is what it's all about.
Kennedy Cambridge misses, and it's cleared up by Boland, who's fouled. First on Ohio State, with almost 2 gone by here in the fourth quarter. The Badgers next against Indiana and Washington at home at the Kohl Center. They're 11-1, and their biggest wins have come in Madison. Oregon in double overtime, Nebraska, Michigan State. Daniels with driving space, and before the shot, it's Watson with the personal, and Ava Watson in place of Kitts again here tonight. Picks it up for the Buckeyes.
Jelani Cambridge, she has been doing it all for this Ohio State team. She has 29 points, flirting with another 30-point game, possibly even 40 points, and she's doing it at all 3 levels. She's so unselfish, and she takes what the defense gives her.
A 21-3 extended run for Ohio State going back to the third, but how about Destiny Howell with 25? She's 10 of 13.
She's been a consistent force for this Wisconsin team. And if they're going to make runs, especially late in this Big Ten stretch, she's going to be a big part of it.
Pass gets away, and up the floor, Lemila with the foul for Ohio State. And she's been rock solid tonight. That's her third, but 12 points and 13 rebounds. Amazingly, it's just her second double-double this season.
And she's getting a lot of experience right now, especially with Kylie Kitts not playing. She has been the force down low, and you can tell every game she is getting more and more comfortable.
Here in the 7-minute mark of this one. Boland finds Howell. Hard trying to stay with her at that time, but she misses. Rebound, block shot, another chance. And finally scooped up by Lemila after that last block. Todd for 3. A second chance for Todd. Cambridge throws it up. Todd a third try, and now will shoot free throws with 6:44 to play.
And those are one of the things that kind of suck the energy out of you. When you give up 2 offensive boards, you play defense for 30 seconds, but now you got to continue to play, and then it ends up in a foul for Ohio State.
Tiana Todd from Vaughan, Ontario. Boston College transfer, played down in Florida at IMG Academy. And entering this game, and now adding from this game, amazingly, last 7 is 0 for 17. It happens for some players. They don't play a lot of minutes or they don't have the ball in their hands much. But she makes the free throws here. It's an 18-point lead.
And that's what you want to do. When you don't get as much minutes, you want to do the little things and be consistent in that to get more playing time.
65-47 Buckeyes here at the Schottenstein Center, and we're going the other way on the dive off the ball, and it's on your former Illinois teammate Shea Boland.
You know, Ed, this is an 18-point game, but this was so competitive, especially in the first half and a little bit in that third quarter. But Ohio State is known for their third quarters. Their defense will swarm you, and they can score in bunches.
It's that full 40 minutes mindset, right? You can play great for 32, and it can get away as Lemila hits from long 2-point range. It can get away so fast when you're playing a team with such presence defensively that likes to speed you up.
And that's what Ohio State does. I mean, the score was tied 42-42 with a little over 3 minutes left in the third quarter. But their press, their defense, and how quick they score allows a lead like this to get to 20.
Bodies on the deck. Way back in the day, great friends, now in the Big Ten together, and that's a heck of a road win across the country for the Huskies. Howell with the finish, and now with 27.
The stars are starring. I mean, they are doing what they need to do. And just unfortunately for Wisconsin, they haven't had enough from other players. Howell has been the only player in double digits so far. And when it's like that, no one person can beat you.
Bank shot for Todd's good. Her first field goal in the last 7 games. On Daniels, the foul trouble really stung. 2 early, then 3 in the first quarter, a 4th early in the third, and really has not been a presence tonight for Wisconsin.
And for Daniels, she's the second leading scorer. I mean, right there with Howell. So for her to get that early foul trouble, like you said, that hurt Wisconsin on the offensive end.
This press is exhausting. Martin pulls up. And the rebound ripped away by Daniels. It comes at you for 40 minutes. The Ohio State pressure. As Daniels misses the 3 as a point guard, how do you begin to try to manage it?
And I have had my time with this Ohio State press. I don't know if I ever successfully managed it.
You're over it.
But the key to it is you have to pass out of it. They trap you and bait you into over-dribbling, and that's where you get your turnovers.
Well, the points in the paint, 34-10. The points off turnovers, 18-9 for Ohio State. Man, TV's a lot easier, right?
It's a lot easier,
No
honestly.
wins, no losses, no scars.
No mouth test.
2 to shoot and a steal. Watson slaps it, gathers, finishes.
This is going to be one of those games where I don't think the final score will really show how close this game was. Really 3 minutes into the third quarter, but Wisconsin will learn from this. I mean, the bigger picture, they have been doing some great things this year, and they cannot let a loss like this get them too down.
There's a 1-point game at the break. Ohio State's outscored the Badgers by 23 this half. And timeout by Robin Pingeton with 3:48 to play.
And everyone is getting a piece of the pie. We see Watson again. And what's a key factor is there are 3 players on Ohio State that is top 5 in the Big Ten in steals. When you can have 3 players that's getting steals at a high level, that is what allows this press and this defense to capitalize off of turnovers.
You know, Watson, great in practice. They really like what she did against TCU in Newark on Martin Luther King Day. That was the game that Kitts injured her shoulder. Watson goes in the starting lineup the last 3, and about to go 2-1 in those 3 games. The defense, not the same level of size, but very effective in this press.
And that's what great players do. You can affect the game in so many areas, and Watson has found what she can do well. She can score, don't get me wrong, but her defense is what sets her apart, and that's a big reason why she is on the court.
4 steals for Ava Watson, sophomore from Buford, Georgia.
It's something about those Georgia girls. Now, I wasn't too much of a defensive player, but you see an Ava Watson who has played with the Cambridge sisters, and they have so many ties with this Ohio State team that really helps with the chemistry.
Now, Watson, I mean, the numbers, the efficiency, 39% from 3, 90% at the foul line. She's nearly 50, 40, 90. She's not shooting as well from the field overall, but it's close as Howell will shoot free throws with 3:46 to play.
We could possibly have 2 players and scoring over 30 tonight with Howell and Jelani Cambridge on the opposite end.
First on Brent Martin for Ohio State. Transfer from Howard University in D.C. And Robin Pingeton said, we've got some mid-major players, but you throw in a player like Uchenna from Southern Illinois, terrific rebounder. Howell from Howard, a great 3-point shooter, and then you begin to kind of raise the ante a little bit and build a foundation. And the talent level, when you start winning, will only get better.
And one thing about mid-majors, when you win at that level, I always say winning translates. So if you can win at the mid-major level, you can win at any level. And Howell is a great product of that. I mean, she won constantly at Howard, a proven winner, 5 straight title games, and she has brought that veteran style to this Wisconsin team.
Good defense there by Burek, staying with her. Howell with a tough three-pointer. Second effort, missed that time by Spasovsky. And now Ohio State will slow it up. Nope. Missed three by Watson. Here come the Badgers. Three for Crawn. That's no good. And back comes Martin for the rebound. Well, Cambridge sitting on 29, but I don't know if she's getting back in. Scoop is good by Dasha Burek from the Ukraine.
I agree. She's probably going to sit the rest of this one out, which is fine. 29 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. She has done her job for the night.
Real quick, what was your career high? Do you know it?
Oh, of course I do. It's 32 points. I scored that actually twice at Illinois.
Watson cruising off another miss for 2. And now a timeout for Kevin McGuff to work in some of his reserve. Sandy Henry in for the Buckeyes. And Robin Pinchno make changes as well.
So maybe the announcer jink. Neither one of them are probably going to get to their 30 points. They both sat at 29, but they had great games. I mean, both Destiny Howell and both Jelani Cambridge. So great nights for them.
Nikki Kirsten wearing 0 in for the Badgers. Here's Crawn for 3, and that's good for Wisconsin.
And that's a good look. She saw the defense was sagging into the paint, easy throwback and go, and hit the three-pointer.
And a foul on the press by Henry for the Buckeyes. So Ohio State 11th in the country. Disappointing loss at Iowa. And what they're going through, the Huskies, the Ducks, the Trojans, the Bruins, it's a different world now.
I mean, part of the game is the travel now. I mean, the Big Ten is a nationwide conference, so you're traveling on all coasts.
What's made it intriguing is the second game for a Midwestern East Coast team of that West Coast trip. You make one a year, whether it's you play Washington first, then Oregon next. That second game, no matter what the record is going to be brutal. It's going to be tough.
It is, because you don't even know how your body is going to react to the jet lag and the traveling and the time difference. There's so many things that factor into it.
Todd with the finish. 6 points for Tiana Todd, the native of Ontario. Kirsten misfires. Yeah, it's pulled down by Sandy Henry. If you're Kevin McGuff, halftime, I don't know what was said. What's your takeaway of the final 20?
They had a great third quarter. Now, he has been preaching a full 40 minutes. And I know that he probably was not happy with that first half, but they came out at halftime, fixed what they needed to fix. And, I mean, the third quarter, that's what really got this league going into the fourth.
Final minute of this one before volleyball at UCLA coming up between Ohio State and the Bruins. 1-2 for Henry is good. And they've hit 80. Right around their season average, 84 plus for Ohio State. Kirsten with the answer for the Badgers. He made a great point. The final score not indicative, but the fourth quarter, 25-11 for the Buckeyes. The third, they outscored them by 10. Big difference.
And Wisconsin has a lot to learn from this game. And they had a great first half that they can build on for the rest of this Big Ten season, even possibly some postseason play.
Bryn Martin off the mark. And Wisconsin, they hung tough for the first 20 plus. Three-point shooting was terrific. They made 11 on the night. But Ohio State, with their pressure, finally wore them down. Cambridge, terrific with 29, was 12 for 21. And the Buckeyes, it was tied at 42, outscoring Wisconsin 39-16 thereafter. The final score, Ohio State 81, Wisconsin 58, here tonight for the shot. And for Kevin McGuff, a nice response from the loss at Iowa.